Hi, I'm Jane Matthews, and I'm one of the directors of the World Divination Association. Welcome to the YouTube channel, and I'm here today to do a quick run through of all the rune meanings to get you started on your rune journey. So what I'll do is I'll just dive right in, as there's 24 to get through, and you don't really want to be hearing me speaking all the time. So first off, we've got Fayu. And this is all about wealth, it's about income, it's about abundance, it's about actually getting what you've worked towards it coming to fruition. It is about kind of, in that essence, you reaping what you sow with that. So the effort that's put in is what's coming back to you. It shows a success. If it's with regards to work, it shows actual success within that workplace. It's with it love and relationships, it shows an abundance of that also. It's free as rune, and it's associated with the fire and earth elements. Next we have Urus, which is all about strength. It's all about physical strength, it's about mental strength, it's harnessing that strength to actually push you through and be able to manage any situation that could make you feel in any way vulnerable. So it's Urus, that's about harnessing the strength in an emotional way, but also in a physical also. Next up we have Thurisas, and that's all about chaos, it's about conflict, it's a reactive force, it's assertion, it's all about that control and external influences around you causing that. It can also be with regards to yourself, you actually harnessing that assertion and being able to drive and really assert your needs and push forth to, even though it's causing chaos or conflict, in that essence is allowing you to actually, react in ways in which you actually need to have that drive, that push, that actual assertion, being able to actually assert yourself in a way. And we have Ansus, which is Odin's rune, and this is all about wisdom, it's about knowledge and communication, and this is all about what wisdom you can gain from others, you can gain enlightenment and insight within yourself, but also what you've also learned can be passed on to other people, and that is what Ansus is all about, is that communication, it's about that knowledge, it's passing that on, it's passing that back and forth, it's a mutual exchange in its very essence. Then we have Rido, which is about travel, negotiations, physical travel. It's also used as a protective rune when you're doing any kind of channeling and journeying in that essence as well. It's about moving direction. It's about negotiations and agreements, and with regards to work, you'll be looking at actually seeing this rune next to Tiwaz, because it shows them negotiations and them agreements taking place, and then Tiwaz being that contract afterwards. So Vido is an important rune when it comes to actual physical movement and travel, traveling within yourself and on a spiritual level, on a journey, shall we say, and also on a physical level. Then we have Kenaz, and that's rune of enlightenment. It's that truth, it's that creativity, it's that torch, it's that spark, and things getting highlighted that'll allow you these bursts of creativity, these that enlightenment, that knowledge, that knowing, inner knowing that comes forth for actually being shone towards you, guiding that way in that essence. And also you look at it with each regards to the truth as what you see, you can't then unsee. So Kenaz is that truth of that light being shone on things that you may be feeling that you've been kept in the dark about or have no knowledge of. Then you have Gibo, which is gift. It's all about balance, it's about your abilities. So if you were to be getting Gibo in a reading, you will be looking at how you're getting gifted something in that way. What are you gifting others as well? What is it? What abilities have you got? What balance are you bringing in? And you have Wunyo, and that's that deep happiness and joy. It's that harmony within yourself, that inner peace, but also that harmony around others as well. And when looking at Wunyo, it's looking at things that what brings you deep joy within your life. So what things, doesn't have to be something that's massive and spectacular. It could be the smell of freshly cut grass, for example, could bring that kind of that happiness within yourself, sparking memories of a child when you were at your most joyful. And that's that free room, that's that joy, that's just that lightness that's won you. And then you have Haglas. That's all about storms, and it can be physical. It's about destruction, it's uncontrolled forces, so it's external factors that's influencing you at this time, where you might feel disorientated, you don't know which direction to turn, you don't know what it is that you can actually do, other than weather the storm and continue going, pushing through it, waiting for it to pass. It's hail, it is destructive in its nature, and it's something that's unstoppable. You just need to weather it. Then you have Naughties, which is all about need. It's about what you need, not necessarily what you want. It's compulsion. Also, it's necessity. So it's doing things out of necessity because you need to do them, not because you want to. And everybody experiences that throughout a day. You know, doing things that you have to do, not necessarily because you want to, but because they need to be done. And that is Naughties in its essence. Then you have Isa, which is about ice. It's that frozen stagnation, it's solidity. And you think, you know, you steel your emotions, you brace yourself, you might feel like you're stuck, you're stagnant and things aren't moving, there's blockages or whatever, and that in its essence is Isa. After which you'll have Yera, which is all about harvest. That is what you're reaping, is what you've sown. So that's that coming to fruition. It's actually cycled round. It's about a season. It's about cycles. It's about looking at what cycles that you're actually engaging at a time, and actually what cycles you're actually wanting to bring forth in its essence. So that is Yera. Then you have Iwaz, and that's all about defense, prevention, deflection. And if you're looking at that in a situation with people, it's that kind of that prickliness. Your hack gets raised and you get on the defensive in conversations if you're expecting any kind of conflict or something. And that in its essence is Iwaz. Then you have Perthro. And that's about fate, it's about chance, mystery. It's all things hidden coming to light. It's in the upright, it actually shows to be quite fortunate for you. It's the fate and opportunity, that chance, it's in your favour. Mysteries are being shown to you, but in reverse, it's actually showing the opposite of that. So it's unlucky in its essence, but in an upright position. Perthro is actually a really lucky rune. It's all about luck and chance and fate. Then you have Algaes, and that's that protection, it's that drawing down. It also shows an opportunity for growth and rapid development as well. So if you're looking at it in aspect of a work read, then you would be seeing that there's actually rapid developments within the work, there's rapid growth, there's opportunities. You'll be looking at, for example, if you were wanting to choose, thinking of, should I go for a promotion or something? What would be the opportunities for me? Will I develop if I was to go for a promotion? You'll be looking for Algaes showing up within that reading. And then you have Sewillow, and that's that positivity, it's the sun. And it's all about success, and it's about victory, and it's about that. You think about what the sun actually provides, that energy, you know, that brings life, it brings growth, it brings that success, and that is Sewillow. You also need to be aware of, with Sewillow, obviously with the sun, it can scorch as well as it can like create. So in its essence, you've got to be mindful of the energy of it, because it is a very intense energy, is Sewillow, and you know, it can scorch as well as create success. So be wary of how you apply that energy because of its strength. Then you have Tiwaz. I mentioned this one earlier with regards to Raido, and this is about honour, it's about justice, leadership, it's about authority, it's about integrity, it's about speaking with integrity, acting with integrity. You know, it's about kind of, when you're looking at in regards to contracts, it's about what's fair, what's just, and acting in an honourable way. If it's in the upright, it would be the opposite of that. So it should show that there is an injustice around, and there's an unfairness, and there is lack of integrity when it is in the reverse position. Next up, we have Bacana, and that's about birth, rebirth. It's that new life, it's fertility, it's new growth. So if you're looking for in relation to work, for example, or relation to love, you're looking for this to show that new growth, that fertility. It's actually showing the opportunity, the expansion, the possibilities of what can be created, and that is Bacana. Then we have Awaz, and that's the horse. That's all about movement and momentum. It's different in its essence, although it's another movement rune. When you've got Rider, it's about physical travel and things, but Awaz is about movement and momentum, so that building that momentum and continuing on, that movement of the act of doing. It's about teamwork, it's about progress, it's about development. Then you have Manas, and that's about mankind, it's about yourself, it's about others, it's about humanity. So that's everything to do with mankind and people and the dynamics of people around you also. You have Lagoos, and that's all about your emotions. That's that water, it's that flow, it's fluidity, it's, you know, it's that ebbing and flowing, allowing yourself to actually feel, allowing things to flow through you, allowing yourself to nourish yourself, nourish your emotions. If you think of Lagoos in its essence of being an ecosystem within itself, it actually has the opportunity to nourish you. You're allowing yourself to be nourished by emotions, and ones that you would class as negative in its essence that you don't want to be really feeling, you're just allowing those ones to just flow through you without it actually causing any disruption in that sense. Then you have Ingwaz, and there is no reversal in this rune. This is a truly positive rune to be having, and it's all about harmony, unity, it's about love, it's about peace. You know, if you're looking at a relationship read, for example, this is one that you would really want to be showing. It signifies that bond, it signifies that closeness in that connections, that love that's there. Then there is Daggers. That's all about breakthrough. It's about awakening. It's a new day. It's a transformative rune in its nature. And when you think of Daggers as being transformations, it doesn't need to be something that is a life-changing transformation. For example, it could be something simple as changing your style of clothes. That would still be, in its essence, Daggers. It is a transformation. You can have it as transformations within yourself, transformations within your life, but that is Daggers. It brings that breakthrough, it brings that new day, and that signifies that change that's coming. And finally, we have Athala, which is all about family and inheritance and possessions and what's passed down, that legacy. It's about building that legacy. It's about kind of that inheritance that you pass to others, that knowledge. It doesn't have to be a physical, tangible thing, but it's also about kind of, you know, family traits and things like that. Athala is a rune of family and legacy and inheritance. I really hope that you have enjoyed going through all the rune meanings. In the next videos, I will be talking about the runes in an emotional aspect so that you can learn to actually harness the energies of the runes within yourself and understand them better to help you on your rune reading journey. And then we'll start looking at actually how to pull runes for a spread. For what I would recommend anybody who's new to the runes, what I would suggest is pull one rune for a day and carry that rune with you and actually see what that rune means to you, see what that brings. So if you have, for example, Perfro, and you buy a scratch card or a lottery ticket and you have a small win, that's Perfro, that's that fate, it's that chance, it's that, you know, if you were to be looking at, you're waiting to hear some news, you're waiting on a decision for something, you know, and you've got TORs, it would signify possibly that that's going to be coming that day. So carry a rune a day, pull one rune out of your rune bag, carry it with you, and actually see how that reflects upon your day and in what different ways it will also, because for every single person it'll be different, but it'll all have a general meaning. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you've enjoyed yourself. Thank you.